So welcome back everyone. So on the last episode we just touched point on the recommendation, and of course we'll have more insights from Arvindh and thoughts and inputs and feedback and guidance to everybody of you. So yeah, tell us something about the recommendation that's running in your mind right now, Arvindh, for the college application.
Yeah, so especially for people who are just starting off high school or just starting to think about college, I would say don't force yourself into anything. I've encountered countless people who say like, oh, I'm doing this for my GPA, or I'm doing this so it'll look good. If you really dive deep into things you actually enjoy, it's gonna shine through. Like a great example is I do Model UN in school, and I do a lot of Model UN related things, like related to speaking, through an outlet of Model UN. And so obviously you might not think that is that related to engineering, but it's something I've grown to love. And, originally, I'll admit, it did kind of like throw me off, like, how would this look on an application? I'm very STEM based and I'm doing Model UN. But it's like, you're a teenager at the end of the day. You're a high school student. Do what you love. And if it's what makes you happy, then it's going to shine through in your application one way or another, whether you like it or not. It's going to be there. So just do what makes you happy, and that will be much, much more beneficial than forcing yourself to take a class that you don't want to take, or to do an activity that you don't want to do.
Yeah, that's actually a very good take, Arvind, that if you are something, we've heard it, we've learned it through our life journey as well, that if your hobby is your work, then work doesn't look like a work, right?
Yeah.
So the subjects that you love, if you are taking it and it's something that you want to do, probably many of the students, and me too, including me, we don't decide things pretty much early on. We have a curator, we have a planner, we have a person who knows his career path. So at times we are not decided. So if something that is coming your way and you're loving it, but then you're really hesitant, don't be hesitant. Yeah. End of the day, it's your journey, your preferences and your choice. Go ahead with it, do it. Probably you will make something out of those choices that were that point in time you were a little hesitant, is going to shape you the way you are. So and Arvind has thrown some light on that as well, that he pursued Model UN, which is pretty much not that in line with engineering, but he did it because he wanted to do it and he loved doing it. So yeah, that was a good insight on that. So again, we just want to touch point on your theory, your thinking, your thoughts on how far you need to be outdoor. Do you think, like, because we are right now existing on a digital world, right? So everything is like there on a click. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, how far you feel that because end of the day you also need to make your recommendations. You need to make your very good rapport with your recommenders. So what's your take on that?
So as for the digital aspect, I mean, whether we like it or not, a lot of the stuff we do is on our screens. But a lot of the best memories I've made in high school was our New York City Model UN trip, or with like in our congressional award program, how we went to Miami. It's like these trips and these experiences you make with friends, it's lifelong. And like 10 years down the line, or even like 2 years down the line in college, am I going to be talking about my calculus class or the trip I took with my best friends, right? So, there are ways in high school to still build yourself, whether that be your character or just academically, while also getting once-in-a-lifetime experiences. So really seek those opportunities out. Like, for example, in HOSA, like we did an anatomy competition in Las Vegas, right? That is building my application, sure, but it was also a lifelong memory that I'll cherish, even like 1 month down the line. It's you really find the things that you love and find things that you have to do, or find ways to be happy in the things that you have to do. Whether it's forced or not, just look to make memories, because that's what you'll cherish down the line.
Wow, lovely. Yeah, that's what we are actually kind of, losing out a lot because after we just walked out of the COVID life, and so we are all pretty much we don't want to be under the sun anymore. We always kind of prefer staying indoors, so don't do that. And kind of, as Arvind said, that go out, interact, and make memories, because of course end of the day you're not going to be discussing sine theta, tan theta, and cos theta. It's going to be your trips with your friends. So that was really a good guidance, but I really got one clue from when you were talking, Arvind, and that actually slipped from the crack for me from my end, is with regards to clubs. So tell us something about that. How intense was your club interaction, and how many clubs did you go, and everything around that?
Sure. So in freshman year, I joined so many things. I think I was in at least like more than 6 or 7 clubs, like activities, which is a lot to think about. And so, doing that, I don't regret that. It's just a lot. But if anything, that is what you should do in freshman year, is to just try as many new things as you can. You never know what you'll like. My Modern journey was started off as joining because like one of my closest friends started the club. And now here I am, like Modern is one of my most favorite important activities on my application. So with clubs, I really made sure to just drop a club if I didn't like it, or if I couldn't see myself progressing in it. Like for example, Science Olympiad, I started that even in middle school. And so, my progression through Science Olympiad, I decided to stay there because I could see myself growing in the club. And also it was like, it's a STEM activity. It's great for any application. And also it's just fun, you get to go to different competitions. And so, using that mindset, I was really able to narrow down and do, now I do like much fewer, like only 3 or 4 clubs, simply because I've made myself a leadership role in that club, or I really enjoy that club. It makes me happy, or it's just something that I feel can add something unique to my application. So like I said earlier, do what you like and narrow it down based off how efficient you're going to be with your time.
Wow, yeah, that was a brilliant insight, Arvind. So nothing is written on stone, right? So if you're liking something, and this is a time that you can, explore things, learn things, and kind of drop few balls if in case you don't like it, and drop it. I mean, no one is going to punish you for that. So that was pretty much, matured, a very, very matured way of thinking, Arvind. And thank you so much for that. I also learned a lot of things from you, that pursue something which you love, and in case it's not working out from you, there's no hard and fast rule for you not to drop it. So yeah, that was it from all the aspects of the college application. The one last thing that I know you're a research person, and you've done all your research, and you're pretty much prepared with your brag sheet, what you want to put forth as a person, because you also know that what all things have framed you, crafted you as a person that you are today, and you want to put it on the college application. But one last thing, that any strategy that you're thinking on putting on the college application, or any valuable insight for all the juniors or the high schoolers that you want to throw. It can be anything, like from the extracurriculars. Of course, with all the conversation that we had, you kind of deep dived into your journey. You also gave a lot of guidance as well. But this is just the last few minutes that the floor is all yours, and you can speak your heart out to all the applicants who would be writing this application. So starting from the strategy to any insights that you want to throw to all the viewers.
Okay, sure. So a lot of schools are really into a student that can really be unique and make their way in a unique and just different scenario. So like I mentioned earlier, something that made me unique was being a student musician in a school that doesn't really have that many students like that. So that's something I really wanted to highlight in my application, and just make sure that could really shine through. But also, with those activities that come about, work on networking and making connections. Because, one great example is even in this summer program that I talked about, like NC State, I actually made connections with some of the professors there, and I'm continuing research there this school year, which isn't even part of the program. It's just, it's there. I mean, it's just an opportunity that's there that I took advantage of. So, making connections can really help, especially when you have to find new activities and new programs and just get a support system. So that too, and also be unique from which the context that you come from. So a personal example is, I'm a student musician in a school that doesn't have many students like that. So, to find my way and to just, beat to the rhythm of my own drum, it's definitely been an interesting yet inspirational path. So, try to be unique in your school, in your context. Find things that make you you. And, if you don't see that aspect in a lot of people, capitalize on that. Right? Like if you love the Spanish language, but you're also really into robotics, see how you can combine those different activities. And if you can't, just do them to your heart's content, because the second best thing next to, a really driven student is a passionate student. So be passionate in things that you enjoy and, just be the best in what you can be.
Wow, that's a really, really a great conversation with Arvindh, and having so much deep insight of every aspect of college application. So if probably you're not following, you're like Arvindh was very lucky to be in a school where he pursued music, but then it was not very doing a heavy lift on music, but then he did that, and he did shine out on being a musician in his school. So probably you don't have that opportunity, but there would be something that you can, of course, capitalize, as what Arvindh said, that there's nothing that you really have to travel the globe length and breadth to kind of show what you are. It's just that the journey that you make from place A to place B can be something that you can highlight and show and be a winner at the end of the day. So we are bringing you all the insights from two sides of the road. People who have done it and are college freshmen, people who would actually jump into the grind, and how they are taking it and how they are processing, how they are preparing. So there will be a lot of questions in your mind as well that you want to kind of throw back and learn the answers. So don't hesitate on that. As what we know from your school journey to everything, hesitation will not lead you anywhere. Being open and bringing up your questions, your suggestions, your inputs, your comments is going to be not only help us shine the channel, but also help you to get your answers. So shine on and bring on. So that's what I would suggest. So don't forget to again like, subscribe, and share this channel. You would get your insights, share the insights with your friends as well. So of course, sharing and caring is the best route. So see you soon on the next episode. Until then, jog your brain, bring up your questions, and comment on the channel. Thank you, Arvindh, once again, and see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.